Hi there, Libra. How are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Anisa, from the Inner Stereo. This is going to be your love messages. It's a general reading, so the rules might get reversed, or it may or may not resonate with you. And if this reading resonates with you, there's going to be a link down in the description box below for a personal reading with me, okay? One more season to your season now, Libra. Let's see. So this is going to be a you versus them format. We're going to be looking at your energy, your challenges, past, present, future from both parties, and we're going to clarify them. And I'm also going to be pulling some advice card for you by the end of the session, okay? Four of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Wands, and also the Judgment on what you don't see coming. Okay, Libra, where do we begin here? Your challenges here is the King of Swords. You could be dealing with an air sign just like you are, a Clairsentient Libra, or you could be dealing with somebody who is very dead set with how they think. You know, it's very hard to change their mind otherwise. They're very stubborn about a certain type of things. We're going to clarify in a moment. Now, in your overall energy, you have the High Priestess, which tells me that at this present moment, I feel that you're going to have like a lot of intuitive download. It's really time for you, especially this week, to start listening to your intuition very, very well. And not only that, the biggest message here for you, Libra, is that whatever it is that you are seeing, that you are observing, that you are receiving, don't react. The High Priestess is a card of not reacting. The High Priestess is a card of like observing. Because in a traditional Rider-Waite tarot, you would see the High Priestess not really showing her whole cards or whole books, right? Like it's just observing. In Indonesia, we would call it like, cukup tahu aja. Like, okay, I'm just observing things as how they are without even reacting, without even putting in my opinions and input on it. I'm just going to be observing. Okay, and this is very important for you guys this week. Now, in the past, you have the Page of Pentacles and also the Six of Wands. From this person's side, they have the Emperor and they also have the Seven of Wands. I feel that in the past, you were dealing with some sort of resistance coming up for this person, okay? This person is somebody who needs to be in control, okay? When the Emperor shows up in a relationship spread, it tells me that in every relationship that they're in, they're always this set of behavior, actions, or how things should be in order for them to feel that they're in control, okay? And because of that, anything that doesn't agree with whatever it is that, you know, the sense of stability or sense of security that they're in, they are kind of like quite defensive when it comes to it. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say, for instance, you're dealing with somebody who is a bit of a dismissive avoidant, okay? Or you're dealing with a situationship, okay? Somebody who likes dealing with situationship. One of the reasons why they like to be in that kind of position is because the outcome they can control. And anything that changes that, you know, the things that they feel that, you know, I'm in control, is something that they're going to be super duper defensive about. And I feel that in the past, you guys were very observant. The Page of Pentacles is a card of trying to observe the coin from top to bottom. It's like an investor trying to see whether or not this company is a company that I would like to invest in. That's a Page of Pentacles for me. And I think when it comes to the situation, you started to become really, really practical, okay? Does what this person offers to me and what I'm capable of building with this person, does it align me feeling good about myself? Because a healthy relationship is a relationship where you don't lose yourself in it, okay? However, in the present moment, this person have the Four of Cups and also the Four of Wands in reverse. They're not happy. There is a certain changes that this person needs to start embracing. And yet, I feel that they do not want to do that so. And because of that, it caused you a lot of pain. But interestingly enough, you have the Two of Cups right here. We're going to clarify in a moment, yeah? But at this point, I really want to tell you, and I want you to start reflecting on yourself, is your definition of love is something that is supposed to hurt? Because if your definition of love is something that you need to fight for, something that needs to hurt, something that has to make you anxious, then you need just to, you know, start asking yourself, why do you view your love that way? Is it because how you were brought up? And how is it that you can change that? Now, in the future, they have the Three of Wands and also the Five of Cups. From your side, you have the Three of Pentacles and Five of Wands. It's like beating on a dead horse, Libra. But we're going to clarify, yeah? But for me, like, this spread tells me that your guys are kind of like beating on a dead horse. You want something, you want to work on something, and yet this person's always, you feel that they're not participating. They're there, but they're not participating. You know, it's an awful feeling when you see someone being there, but they're not participating. They're not engaging. They're not being present with you. You want to work on things, and that you feel that you want some sort of actions from them, and you were ready to put in some sort of actions towards them, and yet they're still distant. And every time you want to raise your voice, every time you want to share your concerns, express your desires, express your needs, this person feels that you're like, oh, you talk too much, you're too much, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. Oh, we're going to clarify. Let's clarify. Okay, so I want to clarify from their side first with the Four of Cups. Eight of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and also the Chariot. Oh, clarify the Three of Swords. Sun, Three of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. Ooh. You want something that is deeper. You start to see that, because there are times where this person is making you happy, yeah? I'm not saying that it's not enough, but I'm just saying that it's not what you want. It's not deep enough, if you know what I mean. Okay? For some of you who are still single and not in a relationship with this person could have other options. And for some reason, you're like, I'm waiting. I hope that's not the case, okay? I hope that's not the case. But for some, maybe like 1% of you, that is the case. Now, Four of Cups clarified by the Eight of Wands, Seven of Swords, the Chariot. This person, again, I told you in the beginning, they're very stubborn. They're very dead set in a way that they've already labeled this relationship as what it's going to be from the very beginning, whether they say it to you or whether it's them thinking about it. So, forward movement, going to a direction in which you want them to go to together with you, isn't something that they are interested in. Okay? Now, they still want to keep you around. It's not as if like, okay, you and I, we both have different directions, and I'm going to let you go because I respect you. I love you. I want you to find your happiness. They're not like that. They want to keep you around. So in that sense, yeah, you know what I mean. Clarify the Four of Wands in reverse, please, from their side. Five of Swords, Four of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. Let's clarify the Two of Cups. Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, the Judgment. Oh, you want totally different things. You want more out of this person. You want more actions. You want more planning. You want more practical things coming from them. You're kind of like in a position where the Judgment is like, it's dead, right? But there's a bell, an angel that rings a bell, and then everyone's waking up. Like, you kind of like wants to, not only do you want to resuscitate this relationship, but you also kind of like wants it to be different than how it was, because you sort of have a vision of where you want this connection to be or what you are expecting out of them. And there's a partnership that you are dreaming about this person. You know, Ten of Pentacles is like, yeah, I'm willing to be independent and I'm willing to work together with you kind of energy. And you love this person, okay? But what you want I'm going to clarify before I talk too much. Let's clarify the future. Let's clarify the future first. Clarify the Three of Wands. I feel that if you the thing is that if you want to work with someone, they need to know what they want. And I feel that at this present moment, you're dealing with somebody who has a little bit of a difficulties in knowing what they want. Okay. Do they want to still have you? Are they afraid of losing you? Yeah. Would they be willing to give a little bit of like, okay, fine, I'm going to do it. But just do it like in a few days. They'd be willing to do that just so that they can get out of a conflict with you. But I do feel that you both need to have a very honest conversation with one another in terms of where do you see this relationship growing. I just read a book by Gottman Institute. They're amazing. So there are couples who have done like a lot of researches and a lot of books in terms of relationship. And one of their books actually, so because they've dealt with like people in a relationship and stuff like that, they actually did a research on couples who stay married and couples who don't stay married or don't stay in a relationship. And they found out the 4 culprits of a relationship falling down. And then the other one that I just read is about 8 dates. So 8 important questions that you're supposed to be asking to the person that you want to build a future together with. Now, why am I mentioning this is because I feel that you guys need to have that kind of conversation with this person so that you could both maybe not be on the same page, but you can understand, where their headspace is so that you can make a decision on yourself. Because I just feel that both of you want two totally different things. They want the wants things. They want things that are fun. They want things that are, it feels good, but it doesn't require like a lot of hard work. And what I mean by hard work is not in terms of emotional intimacy per se. I feel that the hard work that you guys are requiring from this person has a lot to do with the practical side of it. It's either you want them to move in together with you or you want to take this relationship further, like stuff like that. And you need to start having that kind of conversation. And maybe, get that book. It's called 8 Dates by Gottman. Okay, I want to clarify this 5 of Cups from their side. Let's clarify the 5 of Wands. I'm sticking to what I said. You both want 2 different things. And in order for you to know that, and in order for you to really start to have a grasp on what you need to do forward with your life, you need to have that difficult conversation with this person. Don't just avoid it. Don't just expect them to change. Don't just expect them suddenly out of the blue, one morning they wake up and be like, you know what, I want what Libra wants. That's not how it works. I think it's important for you guys to start having that difficult conversation so that you know what to do. Okay, because being in this confusing state is awful. Wanting to, again, as I said, it's like beating a dead horse. It's like you want something, but you can't get it because it's out of your control. And it's frustrating. I get it. Try to have that conversation because I feel that both of you want 2 totally different things. Let's pull some advice card for you here, Libra. Nine of Wands in reverse. The Page of Cups. The 10 of Pentacles. Okay. You're kind of like, you're tired, but you still have energy. You still have a little bit of a persistency in you. But I just feel that it will only take one power moment for you guys to just call it like, you know what, I give up. Okay? Now, why is it important for me to suggest you to have that kind of like conversation? Because not only will it help you in this connection, but it's also to prepare you for the kind of relationship that you guys want in the future. Because if you want what you want right now, Libra, you would need to have that kind of like difficult conversation. Whether you will end up with this person or with the new person in the future, you need to have this kind of like difficult conversation. Maybe practice it with this one, okay? Because I feel that all of your life you've been loving people, but then it always feels like it's a miss. And one of the reasons for that has a lot to do with fear. Fear of having those kind of like difficult conversation, fear of being rejected, fear of being too pushy, fear of, because Libras are kind of like quite of a, you guys like peace and you guys like, you don't like conflict very much. But it's important for you to start doing that so that you could practice it. Because if you want this, the Ten of Pentacles, if you want to have not only a collectively happy relationship where it's about your happiness and theirs, but also a relationship in which you can hold, in which you know it existed, in which you know that it feels safe and we're going somewhere in the future, and then I could trust this, that this is going to be for the rest of my life. You need to start having that kind of like vulnerability, number one. And second is that you need to start to have that courage to have this kind of like difficult conversation and start expressing what you want. And if it doesn't align with you, then you get to decide whether you want it or not, okay? Focus on the end goal rather than the short-term goal. No matter how much you love for this person or whatever, the way in which you feel about them right now, unless changes is there, is exactly how you're going to be feeling 10 years from now, 5 years from now, okay? And changes from this person is not something that you can control, all right? So I think that is it from my reading for you here, Libra. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity that you guys have been looking for. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week for another weekly reading. All right, bye-bye, guys. Have a great day. I love you.